Okay, so what is a fable?
Fable is something that's not true and it's about animals, just like the turtles and the hare.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think?
A fable of Trickster tale. Which one?
I asked what is a fable?
A fable is like a lesson by you alone. Go out of a hill.
That's a good example. What do you think, Joe? What's your ideas of what is a fable?
Where animals act like humans.
Animals speak and act like humans. Very good. So what about a trickster tale? What is that?
Trickster is like the character is mean.
The character is mean, and what else though? Is the character human? Can the character
It's
animals?
always animals, but sometimes people.
Okay, you can say if you want to say there's sometimes people. Is the character greedy? Is the character kind? Do you think the character is greedy? Does the character, are they often bigger than the weaker character?
Yes.
So does the character that's the trickster, do they do things that people in society may agree with?
No.
They do things that are wrong normally?
Yes.
Okay, so also things like trickster tales and fables, are they things that may come from different cultures? They're stories from different cultures?
Yes.
Okay, so examples that we had talked about were the tortoise and the hare, the sheep in wolf's clothing, and then you remember that when we were reading about the trickster, we were reading about the trickster and the troll, that the author Virginia Driving Hawk Sneeve, what culture did we say she was?
African American.
No. Virginia Driving Hawk Sneeve, what culture did we say she was?
Oh, I forgot.
Native American.
Native American. We talked about she was Native American, and we talked about that she writes lots of books, and she writes books about what?
Fables.
Fables.
Not about fables.
Animals.
Not about animals.
Trickster.
Well, one of her books is about tricksters, the one that we read, but she writes it about her culture and about her family. And remember the trickster and the troll, that her husband is Norwegian and she is Native American, and so her children are of mixed culture. So the troll is something from Norwegian mythology, and the Iktoma, the trickster, is from Native American culture. So she mixed the two, and that's how she was teaching her children about their mixed culture. So in the story, when the troll and the trickster did not know each other, they happened to meet. They bumped into each other and met. They were not friends before, and they were both lost. And the setting, what is the setting described as? Where were they?
A field. A grassy field.
It was a grassy field. What else was described?
Trees.
Near a lake.
The lake. And there was a part where the trickster had seen a field of ducks, and when he saw the field of ducks, he told the ducks about his bag, and he said, "Oh, my bag is a magical singing bag. Close your eyes while I'm singing. If you open your eyes are going to turn red." And when the ducks had their eyes closed, he was basically tricking them. That's when he was killing the ducks, and he got his meal. Because do you remember what it said in the beginning? What did it say about Iktomi, the trickster, in the beginning?
He said he approach animals and kill them for himself. Someone else kills them and eats them.
That he was lazy. That he would basically trick for his meals. That he would not do that himself at all. He would go hungry. So that is one of the bad things about him. Okay. Okay, so if I asked you to give me a definition of a fable, what would you say? I'm going to ask you a definition of a fable and a definition of a trickster tale. What would you
A
say?
definition of a fable is they're animals.
Just do a lesson.
They're animals.
Yeah.
And a trickster is an animal that's sneaky and bad.
So then that's the similar. You actually picked the similarities. A trickster tale and a fable are animals that behave and speak like. A trickster tale and a fable are characters that speak and act like humans. However, a trickster tale, what is different in a trickster tale and what is different in a fable? You had said before that you learn a lesson of something good in a trickster tale.
You learn about something bad.
The trickster does something bad and greedy. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do next, because we talked about the differences between a fable and a trickster tale, and we read a trickster tale, and I know that you know what these are, the Venn diagrams. So what is different about a fable? What is different about a trickster? What is the same? If you need me to help you write it, and you want to talk to me and I write it, just tell me. And then what I'm going to ask you to do after that is to create your own story film. And you think about if you want to do a fable or a trickster, but you're not going to tell what it is. You're going to do your own story and you're going to hand it to someone else and they're going to circle what they think it is. And they're going to tell you why. They're going to tell you the definition of either the fable or the trickster tale, and they're going to say, that's why I think it's a fable, or that's why I think it's a trickster tale. What do you want to say?
Like, tell them, like, the lesson if it's a fable.
Yeah, the definition. Isabel, you can turn it off.